A bloody backstage incident that will blow your mind. 5 huge stories, rapid fire updates right here on Show Entertainment. WWE preparing for massive budget cuts that could see 15 to 20 WWE stars fired before the end of 2025. CM Punk and Jey Uso breaking developments before Raw tonight. Breaking news on WWE 2K26 and much more. And that's just the beginning. That is just the start of what is going to be one hell of an episode. Remember to hype up the video. Become a channel member today to help secure and save my future. Save me from going homeless. Because you know the heart, the time, the blood, the sweat, the tears that I put in this video each and every day, multiple times a day for you. And we're going to put a lot of emphasis on these stories because we give you the most extensive and the most exclusive. And we're talking about also an explosive backstage gossip about a major star's meltdown. We're also going to bring that to you right here in this very episode. Also, as we always do, we go above and beyond. We give you bonus extras. Multiple sources are reporting that WWE is preparing for the biggest round of budget cuts since 2021. And this time, no one is safe. And here is what we're hearing from Backstage, according to rumors and gossip online. The key points that we're going to cover in this video are the ESPN deal concerns creating budget pressure, Netflix partnership requiring cost resurfacing and restructuring, the TKO merger fallout still affecting roster decisions, timeline, the cuts expected between now and December the 31, 2025, which we know is not too far away. This could be bigger than the 2020-2021 pandemic releases. Let me tell you about the superstars that are reportedly the most at risk, and these are the names that are coming from multiple sources according to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters at this time and at this hour, and we will never be sour. Now, if you're looking at the WWE, the stars that are hardly used, they're backstage with no creative, they're backstage with no planning, no strategizing, or the superstars that simply get lost in the shuffle. Now, if you look at names of the past, look at the names of the past that are doing something right now. The names of the past: Ricochet, Dolph Ziggler, Shelton Benjamin, Akira Tozawa, Tamina, Dana Brooke, Cedric Alexander, Mace, and Mansoor. At least half of this list are now either in TNA or AEW. So for those superstars that were once listed and were released and were a pink slip from the WWE, at least now they are having a job. Although you got you got the girl there. You got Dana Brooke, the girl, the woman, the female talent that retired from TNA wrestling, and she was one of the top talents in that organization at that time. But viewers, let's get into why this huge layoffs is going to go down. WWE isn't just cutting people randomly. Here's the business reality. The roster bloat with 200 plus contracted wrestlers across Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Evolve, WWE, of course, there's all kinds of variables that go into this. That's why we're going to go deep into this one. Streaming era. The streaming era means less TV time for mid-card talent. TKO wants leaner operations with higher profit margins, according to those in the know. Sources say that the first wave hits right after Survivor Series on November the 30th. If you're a mid-card wrestler and not on the card, or that you're not being used, or you're being jobbed out, or your development isn't going to where it needs to be, your transactions and your trajectory isn't where it is mapped out to be at, start updating your resume right now, because you're going to have to resume doing something else with your resume. Now, we're going to talk about why this story is leading right now. Remember to like, comment, leave your opinions in your comments below. We do it in stereo. The data shows negative events content consistently outperform positive news by 3%. Job security crisis creates immediate anxiety for the 45. Well, I guess we could have, 40? What is it going to be all together? Are we talking all together here? I mean, guys, this is a hell of a thing. So if you're not involved in backstage segments, if you're not mentioned in matches, if you're backstage with no rhyme or reason, you got to look out. It's time to trim the fat, as they say. Now let's talk about the main event scene. Let's talk about breaking news for tonight's Monday Night Raw. Let's talk about it, guys. As Cody Rhodes would say, well, what do you want to talk about? Because CM Punk and Jey Uso are going to have the most heated face-off on Raw tonight in Anaheim. And this Saturday night's main event World Heavyweight title match is about to be absolutely insane. This isn't just about the World Heavyweight Championship, viewers, fans, and subscribers. It's all about the stakes, because the stakes have risen just a little bit. This is about CM Punk's legacy and Jey Uso proving that he belongs at the main event level. Now, the key point you got to remember during this video, Punk's current title reign length and his successful defenses, not very long, several minutes. Jey Uso's journey from the Bloodline member to single star. Saturday night's main event significance, the NBC primetime equals mainstream exposure. Historical context, the first Saturday night's main event World Heavyweight title match in decades. You heard that right, the first Saturday night's main event World Heavyweight title match in decades. Potential interference factors, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Paul Heyman, among others. Now, here's exactly how I see Saturday night's event playing out. Jey Uso and CM Punk probably go somewhere between 20 to 25 minutes, 22 to 25 minutes. Absolute banger of a match. Jey hits the Uso splash. CM Punk kicks out at 2.9. The crowd goes nuclear. Then right when Punk is about the GTS, Roman Reigns' music hits. Distraction. Jey rolls up Punk. New champion. Bloodline 2.0 celebrates. CM Punk snaps and destroys everyone post-match. Now this, I'm going to tell you, viewers, right now, why this all matters, why this all adds up. This sets up CM Punk versus Roman at the Royal Rumble, Jey versus Roman at WrestleMania 42, and keeps the Bloodline saga going for yet another year. WWE is not done with the story yet, viewers. It is not done, not by a long shot. As the news and rumors are just funneling in, they are still coming in here to the Show Entertainment Studios. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, click that bell, and turn on all notifications, because this is your verified place for the hottest, the latest, the greatest, the newest, and the most hardcore. Because, ladies and gentlemen, there may be some sores on you when you're done hearing me as to what we are going to bring to you in this very episode. As we delve in here, as the news and rumors are still coming. Oh, wait a minute. All right, so here's another top story. Again, WWE, breaking news. WWE planning major promotional push for Triple A's D-Titans in Mexico. Again, major planning between Triple A and the WWE. And as you can see, the WWE is doing some big things. Also, breaking news on Mercedes Moné. Why Mercedes Moné only takes indie bookings if she is going to go over, if she is going to get the victory. According to Ringside News, Mercedes Moné is making waves outside AEW by collecting championships across independent promotions. But she's not doing it just for the love of the game. Her indie rate is sleep. Her conditions are locked. And there's one non-negotiable deal. She doesn't show up to lose. Again, her indie rate is steep, not sleep. Some would say it's sleeping with all the titles she's winning, but she's never defending them. Promoters are shelling out $25,000 per appearance to have Moné wrestle on their shows, and they're not calling her in unless she's walking out with a win. That's not just a coincidence, it's by design. According to those in the know, Sean Rossab of Fightful Select, Moné's bookings are initiated by indie promotions looking to capitalize on her star power and the belt collecting gimmick that comes with it. But the deal only gets done under one specific terms. She has to get the win. She has to get the victory, because there's no scenario where she's booked to lose. Now, it's not just me saying this. Multiple indie promoters have also said this. They've also indicated that she doesn't have creative control there either, because you're not going to contact Mercedes Moné to come into your company and lose. AEW is also reportedly strict about her indie protection. She's not allowed to take a loss outside of AEW unless she loses there first. And as for her fee, the $25,000 price tag is consistent with other top-tier names. And AEW would not be okay with her taking an indie booking to lose unless she lost on AEW TV first. They're well aware that they're booking her to win, and it's all on their own. The price is negotiated, and that's when it's done. Mercedes Moné's indie run isn't just about adding gold to her collection. It is a calculated high-value operation, one where every outcome is pre-approved and every title win is a part of a bigger plan. Your thoughts, your comments, and your emotions on that. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, as we're closing in here, we're closing in on the massive stabbing, a bloody backstage incident that, again, I said is going to blow your mind. It was a very bloody incident. And an incident so bad that it was a 20-time stabbing in a hotel brawl between Psycho Sid and Arn Anderson from the WCW days. Yes, stabbed 20 times. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. And you want to know how violent and how brutal and how horrible that was and how satanic that was for the wrestling world at that time and at that stage of this life. Viewers, fans, and subscribers, there's hell of a lot more life here on Show and View Entertainment. What moment, what matches are you looking forward to tonight from Raw on Netflix? Are you intrigued? Are you entertained? What do you think about the build up to the Survivor Series? And what about all these mystery vignettes? What about all these mystery vignettes going on? And who do you think will be laid off? Who will be the next WWE superstars on the chopping block in World Wrestling Entertainment? It all boils down to your thoughts, your comments, your opinions, and your emotions on all things WWE. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we are receiving word that the identities behind WWE's cryptic teasers revealed, and it's not what fans expected. So all this mystery, all this allure, all this question. According to PW Insider Elite, the people featured in WWE's mysterious teaser videos are Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and Brock Lesnar. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on that. Plenty more to come. Subscribe.